The notion that the strength of armies is solely determined by the number of soldiers and equipment they possess may be a fallacy, as certain aspects of warfare cannot be quantified by this formula. Despite claims that the Russian army had a personnel count exceeding 2 million, including reservists, as well as state-of-the-art weaponry and ammunition, the reality of their military might was called into question once they began their occupation of Ukraine. The Russian army has struggled to recruit soldiers for their operation in Ukraine, which has dealt a significant blow to their overall power in the war. Although the Russian occupiers have attempted to launch offensives to counteract their setbacks, they have been unsuccessful in nearly all of these attempts. Recent events in Mariinka, located in the Donetsk Oblast, have further exposed the falsehood of calculating army strength based on soldiers and equipment. In an attempt to capture the Ukrainian 79th Air Assault Brigade, the Russian army entered Mariinka with tanks and combat vehicles. However, the invaders failed to accomplish their objective, as evidenced by their unsuccessful offensive and the extraordinary efforts of a single Ukrainian soldier. Despite plans to conduct major attacks on the anniversary of the war, the Russian army has been unable to overcome Ukrainian forces, calling into question the mathematical model of army strength based on personnel and equipment. The Russian army launched an attack on the Ukrainian 79th Air Assault Brigade in Mariinka, using 5 tanks and 3 infantry fighting vehicles. However, they were met with an unexpected development as a Ukrainian soldier lay in ambush to destroy the Russian vehicles. Using the Javelin missile system, which had been provided to the Ukrainian army with the aid of USAID packages, the soldier launched a historic attack that resulted in the destruction of 5 Russian tanks. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry praised the soldier as a brilliant operator of the Javelin system, stating that the American weapon in Ukrainian hands worked wonders. The soldier had strategically placed the Javelin missile systems in different areas, waiting for the best time to launch the missiles. When the Russian tanks approached, the soldier fired the missiles one by one, causing violent explosions and fires that destroyed the tanks. The attack was caught on camera and shared on the Ukrainian Defense Ministry's social media. The Ministry of Defense wrote the following in its post: Mariinka, Donetsk Oblast, Ukrainian soldier, a brilliant operator of Javelin, destroyed 5 Russian tanks in one battle. American weapon in Ukrainian hands works wonders. In total, enemy lost 5 tanks and 7 IFOs in that sector that day. The attack resulted in the loss of 5 Russian tanks and 3 infantry fighting vehicles, with estimates suggesting that dozens of Russian invaders may have been killed. While the exact number of casualties is unknown, the attack by the Ukrainian soldier demonstrated the effectiveness of the Javelin missile system in Ukrainian hands. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry's post highlighted the efficacy of American-made Javelin missile systems, stating that American weapon in Ukrainian hands works wonders. These missile systems can be deployed to strategic location or transported as part of military aid packages provided to Ukraine by the United States. The United States has provided the Ukrainian army with a total of 8,500 Javelin missiles, which have played a crucial role in the army's successful operations. These anti-tank missiles, also known as FGM-148, are highly portable and weigh only 12 kilograms, with a range of 2,500 meters. Ukrainian soldiers have received training from U.S. soldiers on the use of Javelin missile systems and actively use them in many operations. The Russian army has suffered significant tank losses since the start of the Russian-Ukrainian war, and in recent months, these losses have increased rapidly. The armed forces of Ukraine have shared videos of Russian tanks being destroyed in the town of Vuhledar in Donetsk Oblast, and the Ukrainian Security Service has shared a video of Ukrainian drones targeting 5 T-72 tanks and a 2S-3 Akasu howitzer of the Russian occupiers. Pro-Ukrainian social media accounts also regularly post videos of tank destruction in various regions. The Ukrainian General Staff of the Armed Forces recently reported that in a 24-hour period, Russia lost 16 tanks, 24 armored vehicles, and 3 drones. Since the start of the occupation of Ukraine until March 3rd, the Russian army has lost a total of 3,397 tanks and 6,658 armored combat vehicles. The military aid from Western and European countries has played a crucial role in the successful offensives of the Ukrainian army, with the United States being at the forefront of this aid. The U.S. has provided nearly $50 billion in military aid to Ukraine, including equipment such as HIMARS, Javelin missile systems, Patriot air defense systems, and M1 Abrams tanks. This has continuously strengthened the Ukrainian army, and the Russian army has been unable to withstand the military aid provided by Western and European countries, particularly the United States. The issue of the Russian army's equipment and ammunition shortage is becoming more severe every day. Most of the equipment destroyed in successful attacks by the Ukrainian army is from the Soviet era. Soldiers who have surrendered to the Ukrainian army have admitted that the Russian army's equipment is outdated. One soldier who surrendered to the Ukrainian troops stated in his book, SOV 56, that the rifle given to him before the war was rusty and the strap broke. The Russian army's equipment and personnel problems are significant indicators that they will not be able to achieve success against Ukraine, which is becoming stronger day by day. It is unclear how Russia can resist Ukraine or if they can make up for the losses they have suffered. Their use of American weapons has proven to be successful in battles against the Russian invaders. It remains to be seen what the future holds for the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, but the Ukrainian army's continued strength and the support of Western and European countries indicate that they will continue to make progress in their fight against the Russian invaders. This is all for today. You can support our Ukrainian team by subscribing or using YouTube's Super Thanks button. And don't forget hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. We'll be back with more updates and information. Thanks for watching.